Welcome to About the Winelands. In this show, we will be chatting to influencers and leaders in the wine industry, winemakers, restaurants, and other businesses. Tune in every Wednesday and Friday for our latest episodes. You will find us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. Be sure to subscribe so that you do not miss out. Now, to get on with the show. Today I'm talking to Blake Gower of Constantia Wine Tour. Hi, Blake.
Hi, how are you all? How are you?
I'm great, thanks. It's a pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to our chat. Are you in
Yeah,
Constantia at the
me too.
moment?
I'm not in Constantia at the moment. I now live in Hout Bay,
Okay.
which technically is actually a little bit part of the Constantia one route.
It's a suburb, right?
Um, yeah, it's a suburb next door to Constantia, and it's quite nice on the way to collect guests to town. You get to take the coastal road and avoid all the school traffic compared to when I was living in Constantia. So it's nice out here.
Oh, excellent. So, Blake, tell us a bit about yourself and how you became involved in the wine industry.
Cool. So yeah, I went to London on a gap year and worked in hospitality and service. That was 2006, and I've always worked in hospitality and service since then. Um, I enjoy sports. I enjoy the outdoors. Enjoy photography, and enjoy showing people a good time. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. And I do love wine, so this was always close to the heart. And yeah, basically, how I got involved in the wine industry was just from um, enjoying hospitality and tourism, and growing up in Constantia. We were on the farms quite a bit growing up, so it was something close to the heart. And having a bit of experience in hospitality and service just made the blend come together nicely.
Oh, that's awesome. It's nice if you can do something that you love and also something that obviously suits your personality.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful, and it took a while to find something that that I enjoy as much as this. And it takes away the weekends, most weekends. You got to bite the bullet, eh?
Yeah, it's a weekend business. Can you tell us a bit of a history about your business, the Constantia Wine Tour, but also in with that a little bit to our listeners about the Constantia wine route?
Sure. So the Constantia Wine Tour began towards spring 2012, and basically that is how it got going. Just going around to hotels and guest houses, meeting the people on the wine farms of Constantia, and getting to understand the lay of the land better than what an outsider would. And just marketing the tour to online booking platforms, and also basically from the beginning, it was always important to make this tour very authentic, in that we create our own articles and provide information not just about our tour but about all of the wine farms that make it possible to do the tour. So that's always been a big part of it, is to try and promote Constantia, the tour, and also the wine route from within, and basically just trying to draw in a crowd, of people that enjoy the finer things in life. In terms of the Constantia wine route, so I mean, technically speaking, the Constantia wine route has been going from about 1685.
Wow.
As this was the first time vines were planted in Constantia. And yeah, it's about 335 years of wine production. That was originally from the whole of Constantia, which used to be one farm. And then over the years, 335 years, Constantia has been sold off and to other names. And basically, there's a newer wine region now, farms like Eagle's Nest, Constantia Glen, Silver Mist, High Constantia. And those farms form the newer boutique wineries of the Constantia wine route. Then you have your more traditional, like Groot Constantia, Klein Constantia, which was the first subdivision of what used to be one farm, and Steenberg, Eitzig, Bateson, Verwachten. Basically, these farms all support Constantia Wine Route, and Constantia Wine Route is a brand now, which is run by a very dedicated lady, Karen Wiltshire, and she represents the farms at events like Condé Nast. So the Constantia Wine Route fits in the Constantia Valley, and it's a very well-run marketing effort.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I think one of the big advantages you guys have there is that you're so close to the city center.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Literally, if you drive from a hotel in town, by the time you've gone over Wynberg Hill and you're looking to your right into the Constantia vineyards, I mean, that only takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And then it's about another 5 to 10 minutes to when you park at the farm. So very convenient. And then, of course, if you're finishing off your tour, either at Silver Mist or Glen, Constantia Glen or Eagle's Nest, then it's nice to go back to town along the coastal road. That's very nice. I mean, the guests get to have a view of the ocean and sometimes even some Cape fur seals on the rocks on the way back. So that's the lovely thing about Constantia, is that you see the ocean. You see where the winds come from, which cool the vines. So it's a maritime climate, and to be able to see where the winds come from is quite nice.
That's awesome. Tell me, Blake, can you expand a little bit more on the experiences that you offer to your clients?
Yeah. So we pick up our guests from their accommodation and drop them off at their accommodation, unless they want to go out for dinner afterwards. They often ask us, where would you recommend we go for dinner? So that's quite nice. You never have to worry about staying under the limits. You can actually have a nice time and enjoy the wines. There is food on the tour, which is included in a once-off fee. So you don't have to, settle any bills or worry about getting into a restaurant. So the nice thing about the tour is that, yes, you do drink quite a bit of wine, but there's also food to line the stomach. So no worries.
So it's basically an all-inclusive experience.
Yeah, and sometimes we will get a winemaker if they've got a private tour or a customized tour, tailor-made tour. If they are doing a ultra premium tour, then they would do a 4x4 vineyard tour, usually through Klein Constantia or at Silver Mist, where we have the winemaker and farm manager come on. And at Klein Constantia, the staff there are really well trained, especially since the new ownership from about 2013. They've really stepped it up a level in terms of their service, and also the quality of the wines and how they make it is really special. And you can see this through the vineyard tours. And often these vineyard tours are done by a wonderful gentleman, Alan Wickstrom, who's a really top guy. In a nutshell, it's a 5-star rated experience on TripAdvisor. And the guides we use are very knowledgeable of Constantia, so are able to answer most of your questions. If we can't answer your questions, we find out from the farms while we're at the farms. And also our guests can get priority to certain places on certain farms.
Awesome, that's awesome. I see that a part of your packages is like a corporate experience or corporate tours. How many people can you accommodate?
Yeah, so when we do corporate tours, which are anywhere from the United Kingdom to, Johannesburg or even local in Cape Town. We usually do a maximum of about 50. We could do more, but 50 is pushing it.
Okay. Well, I see that, Cape Town is such a big conferencing and event hub, basically, with the CTICC and all kinds of other conferences happening there. And a lot of time people would come to Cape Town for say a 3 or 4 day conference, and then but they're not going to fly all, halfway around the world and be in South Africa only for a few days. So they'll probably spend a few extra days. And do you find a lot of customers from, that type of business?
Yes. Once had a guest from Switzerland, and I didn't know exactly what his business interests were, but he actually went to a talk at the convention center where our president Cyril Ramaphosa spoke, and he was actually quite confident in investing in the country, and what better way to feel good about an investment from a nice meeting from the president. What a nice way to finish it off with a wine tour.
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah, people are very aware of wine from the Cape. So it's what most people want to do when they're out here. So it goes hand in hand. And again, it's just around the corner. So that was nice.
That's awesome. So where do you find your customers? Locally, internationally? I would assume that most of them are tourists.
Yeah, it's about 70% of our guests are from overseas, mainly from the United Kingdom and the United States, and then a gathering of people from all over the world, sometimes Australians, quite a few Scandinavian countries, especially Norway, and Brazilians have become more popular recently. And now even people from India that don't drink wine want to come and just see what wine is all about. What makes an industry tick over for 335 years. And it's not always about actually drinking the wine. So the majority from overseas, and then sometimes we do local people. And once we collected some guests from the airport for a day tour from Johannesburg, and after the tour took them back in that same evening. So people literally fly down from Joburg, even if it's for a day.
Wow, that's amazing. I never knew people did that. It just shows you, right? So
Yeah.
something interesting I saw on your website is that you offer a pop-up wine experience. What on earth is this?
So this idea of a pop-up experience was initiated from a guest who now does some public relations from us. And she put me in touch with some people in Umtata, actually. And in Umtata, there's some nice hotels there. Mayfair Hotel, where a lot of universities will stay if they're playing sport. There's a nice stadium there. And it's quite a central part of the country. So we did a wine pop-up experience for a practice. And the people from the area were not so familiar with wine, but what they did like to hear was that red wine is pretty good for you in small moderation. It thins the blood, keeps you calm, and it was a really cool.
Don't forget, it makes you creative. I just read an article on that a red wine makes you very creative.
Oh, okay, that's the first time I've heard that. That's pretty cool. Well, then I probably won't stop drinking red wine.
I'll send you a link to that. That's a quite interesting article.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so that was the first time we did it, and but we've done a few tastings at like a fair or like a market. Yeah, so the wine pop-up experiences in a nutshell is where we take the wine to a place anywhere around the country, even a business here in Cape Town, where people want to hear stories and enjoy wine.
Is this something that you're looking to expand?
Definitely. We do more marketing for actual tours and try and grow an audience so that people do tours. But it's there, it's on the website, and yeah, it is something I do want to grow on, but it's not the, it's not the main focus. But yeah, I enjoy it, so we'll definitely be doing more of that.
Okay, excellent.
Just a quick interruption, but I do need to remind you that we are currently in a very difficult time. The South African government has set up a fund where businesses and individuals can donate to support their country through this crisis. Go to the website now and add your small donation: www.solidarityfund.co.za. Please join us all in the fight against COVID-19. That is at www.solidarityfund.co.za. Now, let's get on with the show.
I see also that you have a dedicated social media person living in Durban. So, how important is social media in your business?
Yeah, very, very important. Yeah, that's Jessica Cocking. She is fantastic. She came through one of our many internship programs from the School of Red and Yellow. And she was very good, very dedicated, definitely passionate. So, yeah, it's not about where you are, it's who you are. So wherever you are in the world, we've got internet, even with a bit of a lag now with the bandwidth. That's what's most important. And it is important because you keep people in the loop, especially with our mailers. You keep people informed of the happenings of the Constantia wine route. And also, you can use seeing one of these mailers as an opportunity to get your mum a gift for a wine tour, or your cousin's wedding as a build-up event. So a lot of people do use these advantages of social media to purchase gifts, and yeah, it's good
I
to just
see.
keep it going.
I see that's a thing that a lot of our people that I chat to actually lack in, is actually building a mailing list, and it's awesome that you guys are doing it. That's very, very good. Tell us a bit more. I see also you've got some charities that you support. What are these about?
Okay, so yeah, there's three. So the Rotary Foundation is a non-profit corporation. Okay, it supports efforts in to achieve world understanding, peace through international humanitarian and educational and cultural exchange programs. Okay, so that's the Rotary Foundation. Okay, I think it was founded in 1917, back in the day. So we do gift vouchers for them. So if they had an auction and they auction off the gift voucher, people auction off the voucher, and then some people will come on the tour. Then there is the Sunflower Fund. It's a non-profit organization also. And this basically fights blood diseases, especially ones like leukemia. And basically they do this through recruitment of stem cell donors, maintaining a registry of potential donors who are committed to helping anyone in need of a life-saving stem cell transplant. So this is a more recent one, founded in 1999. And then, so it's not directly from us, but through one of the farms that we go to. There's one called the Western Cape Raptor Research Program. So Eagle's Nest, which is very well known for their Shiraz and Viognier. Eagle's Nest, they support the Western Cape Raptor Research Program. So every time our guests make some sales, this will go towards that as well. And basically what they do is they monitor the nests during the breeding season. The program also performs important conservation activities such as tagging nestlings, so that they understand where they go after they leave the nest. And this is mainly for the black eagle or the Varroa eagle. There used to be about 4 nests. Okay, now there's 1. So they're doing what they can to try and help a local eagle.
Oh, that's amazing. Very, very good. So at the moment, I mean, your business is like everyone is standing still because of the coronavirus and the lockdown, and also your business are dependent upon, you know, getting out and taking people around. So the coronavirus has forced everyone basically to rethink their business models. Do you have any changes or new ideas in mind that came to you while you are thinking about what to do next?
Yeah, jeepers, eh? Yeah, first the unprecedented dose of fear and anxiety was something we all had to endure. And then, you know, reality hits and you think, okay, well, what can we do? So we were quite fortunate. This happened by luck. A guest that was going to come on the tour from British Columbia, Canada, had to cancel. So we gave him his refund and said, cool, you can have a discount when you come back as well. And hopefully he does come back to visit Cape Town. And he was very grateful. So he made what he calls a caricature edit of one of our photos. And this caricature edit is now posted on the Constantia Wine Tour Facebook page. And it looks pretty cool. So basically, if people want to, you know, they don't want to do a tour, but they want to have a fun edit of a wine experience, or even if it's just sitting with their dog at home on a couch, or drinking wine in the garden with their loved ones, or it doesn't even have to be wine, but so that is something we're trying to promote. We have been doing a little bit more articles as well, and just to try and create more of an audience and to get more followers. So this also motivated us to start Cape Town Wine Route. So basically, we can write more about other wines around the Cape and basically create more of a following on Cape Town Wine Route, which will enhance tours of Constantia. So this is another thing we've created, this Facebook page, Cape Town Wine Route. And basically, it's everything in the Cape. It's not just Cape Town. You know, there are many towns within the Cape. Therefore, there are many small Cape towns. So basically, it's to promote all that is wine. So while people are sitting down and not able to travel, at least they can read more about wines of the Cape and therefore see more about the Constantia Wine Tour. So those are some things that we've done.
Well, that's amazing. So basically, if you've focused on content creation, have you thought about, you haven't, you're not planning to have any other products beside tours that you would be selling? Is that something in the pipeline?
Yeah, so so the caricature edits, as we've just mentioned, is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna order one, you can get in touch with us as well. We'll help you with that as well.
Okay.
Put you in touch with the right people. We don't actually do it ourselves, but we can help you. You know, we know what wines you might want, so we can help you, put you in touch with the right distribution people. And that's pretty much, that's pretty much it for now.
So Blake, your wine journey, what is the most important thing that you've learned?
I think dedication, eh? Dedication. There's quite a few. I mean, you have to bite the bullet, sacrifice weekends that you could usually, go away with friends and that sort of thing. Customer service is something that I have learned before whilst working in London. So definitely learned more about that. But I think dedication, eh?
Excellent. So can you give us your very own wine quote or your favorite wine quote?
My favorite wine quote. Okay, well, my very own. I think wine. Wine is a ticket to icebreakers, conversation starters, and sophisticated conversations.
That's awesome. That's a good one. If any of our listeners want to get hold of you, or want to book a tour, or how do they get hold of you guys? What, or they want to order one of these things you were talking about? How did they get hold of you?
So basically, if you want to get a caricature, you can find Daryl at Daryl the Artist. Daryl spelled Daryl, the Artist. So if you want a caricature, you can do that. The reference to use is TCWT20. If you're wanting a wine pop-up experience, or you're planning something for spring, for a gift for a tour for your family, your loved ones, parents, godfather, whatever it may be, then email bookings@theconstantiawineTour.co.za, or you can just find the website www.theconstantiawineTour.co.za, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, awesome. I'll put all these links in the descriptions and stuff like that as well. Blake, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for spending the time, and good luck with everything. And yeah, have a great day.
Appreciate it, Will. Yeah, really appreciate it. Very grateful, and all the best with the rest of lockdown.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting our show. If you would like to get more exposure for your business, please have a look at our sponsorship options. Thanks again for supporting About the Winelands. Please follow us on YouTube and on our social media channels. All details and links are in the description.